Hey there, welcome to part 3 of the fight of the Valkyries, at least I keep referring to it. We have a task force of Valkyrie, and they are currently lying in wait behind their sonobuoy wall. Because I'm kind of scared to move up with task forces Valkyrie and Draken. There was something that was able to detect me. There was then a Slava who decided to throw missiles in my face, all of which got intercepted. In the meanwhile, we've been able to slowly peel off some of their defenses, so we have engaged one Nanuchka, we have engaged a second one, which is still on fire. We've taken out another Nanuchka here, and another one's on fire. I'm actually a little disappointed it hasn't died yet, but whatever. We can make that happen. I have taken out a couple of helicopters to make life easier on Bulldog submarine over there. And we're presently in the process of trying to figure out where the last of those submarines is, or at least submarine as far as I know. And this tigerfish is still trying to chase it. Mark 46 has decided to go on vacation to Sweden by the looks of it, instead of rather doing its job of chasing a submarine. As for their aircraft, all of them that we have detected have been shot down, and we're now in a pretty pleasant process of slowly peeling away against escorts, and promptly engaging everything and anything that happens to get in my way. The only challenge that I have now is that there probably is still a submersible, and I don't know where. And that scares me, because I am very much uninterested in having these ships get murdered by a submarine. To be fair, there are a lot of them, so it's not like the submarine will be able to engage all of them, but it's still not something that I really wish to tempt fate with. So it's time to send up a couple more helicopters, start laying additional sonobuoys, and start transiting, because I do have a lot of harpoons, especially on Task Force Valkyrie. We just gotta have to go out there and get them. Right now though, that's a long way off, because they're 128 miles out. These guys are transiting at 25 knots, heading northwest. We're doing about 12 knots heading east, so before we meet up, it's gonna be a while. I'm thinking of racing Hammerhead over as well, because Hammerhead might actually be in a pretty decent position to ambush these. And their torpedoes are a lot faster than the god-awful Tigerfish that the British are using. The Tigerfish, by the way, is still being controlled by the Bulldog here. And we are still trying to get this thing to finally meet up with its intended prey of 7107. Which is classified as a Victor 1. And the Victor 1 is, well, not quite as fast as my torpedo, but it's giving it a damn good run for its money. As for my ambush force, Lokis 1, 2, 3, and 4, unfortunately have become artificial reefs, and shall not be taking part in this fight anymore. Some of them were able to get at least 1 or 2 missiles off. Loki 1-1 got all of them off. Loki 1-2 died with all the missiles aboard. Having these things constantly beach themselves wasn't particularly helpful in that little engagement either. Now, we're going to take out these contacts here, these Nanuchkas, so that Bulldog can get into a better position, and that I don't have to worry about any kind of attacks on my surface units. As for these helos, we're going to lay a sonobuoy wall, and we're going to continue on our course. For the Victor 1, north of the position of the... what's your name again? The Bulldog, it is curtain call for the Victor 1. I was getting quite bored of watching the Tigerfish ever so slowly creep its way over to the submarine, so I decided to just launch another Mark 46 at it, as sent by my aircraft. This is unfortunate news for the Victor 1, as it's going to find itself on the receiving end of yet another torpedo. You can see it just lost propulsion, and, well, it's now dead. It's been fun for the Tigerfish, but... oh, now you're acquiring. Good lord. Well, at least it tried. As that was happening, I also had the missiles from Puffin 3-3 go off against the Nanuchkas over there. I'm going to tell this aircraft to go back, because it doesn't really have a purpose anymore. I mean, yeah, if you really feel like vindictive person, I suppose you could send this guy out to start catching missiles. But I'm not like that, so I'm going to be a bit more conservative about my forces. Over here, we do have a visual ID on one of the guys, and I'm starting to party with a helo. I still got a couple of missiles left, so why not? The fewer helos in the skies, the better. Now, let's have a look at how these Nanushkas are going to deal, because these missiles are very, very, very close together. I don't think this guy's going to have many defenses. Actually, sorry, this is the live one. If they just throw up a chaff cloud, it's possible that they'll confuse both of these missiles, and I still have to engage them with yet another one. So that would be unpleasant, but not at all impossible. There we go, pop-up phase, which means it's already ignored the chaff. That's good. One has a new Vigil. What you got? 7173 classified hostile missile. Oh, it's that one.
Contact faded. Track 7, roger. Turn 0.
Okay. Kill phase. Dead. Okay, finally. Now, this guy doesn't have any defenses left. His only defense is prayers. And those work just about as well as you might expect. So this guy... Wait, what the fuck? Oh, he's not exactly where we thought he would be. That was weird. Those missiles were not supposed to be bypassing the target. At any rate, Bulldog can now move in. Which is exactly what I will do. And we're going to do that at better speed. Go ahead, standard. I'm also going to race Hammerhead over. Because I'm suspecting this might be the only submarine here, as I have not detected anything with these submarines. And they were just, well, very, very much chilling in the back. At 5 knots. So if they would have picked something up, they would have done it by now. Let's see where these guys are expected to go. We can see them do 25 knots, so they'd be at a course of 316. 316. Doing about 25 miles. 25.5. So they'll be here in an hour. And I intend to be there as well. It's gonna take me less than that. Good. So we'll be meeting up. Nice. We're reloading. Jeez, we're still gunning that fucking tigerfish? Better late than never, I guess. The submarine doesn't know where it wants to die. Okay, reload that torpedo tube promptly. Oh, it's already ready. Okay, sometimes I don't understand the game anymore. One of these guys has been identified as a hostile. This was due to him flipping on his radar. Interesting choice, because that does mean he's immediately suspect. What I'm going to do now is engage the Udaloi with a bunch of seed. So we're going to fly in very low, close to a mere 25 miles, and push these missiles right into the radar receivers of the Slava. No, not the Slava, of the Udaloi. Udaloi has been seriously nerfed relative to its previous iteration, where way back in the day, this thing used to be a complete menace when it came to air defense. They used to be extremely good at defending against missiles. They since have been nerfed quite a bit. They're no longer as good. My hope here is that I can crush their radars and force somebody else to turn their radars on. Not so much the Kriva, because their air definition radar or air search radar isn't that good, but the Slava, different cookie. Actually, why are they running radar and I'm not receiving that? That's interesting. C2, get in there. Get in there. Because I want to really take out the Slava. It's weird, these guys are all running radar. Okay. Seed 1, stand down. C2, stand down. I'm going to need all the seed birds to get in there. Seed 3. Without all those seed aircraft, we're never going to have enough firepower to punch through all that air defense that they got. So these guys will have to loiter for a bit. Looks like very much like the Soviets aren't quite done wasting aircraft yet, which is fine. We have more missiles for them. So, once again, going to turn these Tigers weapons free, which will mean they'll be able to engage 7177, 18, 19er, and 80. Oh, sorry, 79er. We need to eliminate these guys, because most likely that's another flight of Tu-22s, and I didn't order any additional aircraft. So, these guys are going to have to go. In the meanwhile, the Seed flight is still waiting for Seed 3 to join the fight. I want to have a simultaneous takedown on as many radars as I can to make it as impossible as I can for all of these Soviet warships to detect each other. Or, well, sorry, to detect my missiles, rather, because of course they can detect each other. What is that? Okay, more missile tubes, great. As for the landing force, I think this is our real target, but it'll be a while before we can break through all of those escorts and have a go at those. Maybe, if you are feeling ambitious, you can send one of your aircraft around, like Puffin 3-3, if only it had more harpoons, and engage these. Because I don't think that they have more of an escort than these Nanuchkas. Unfortunately, I already wasted my missiles on these Nanuchkas here. I think that was done by both of those Puffins, actually. But hey, if you really want to, I guess you could snipe out the landing force and just ignore everything else there. Anyway, let's have a go. We are dealing with some aircraft of unknown make and model. The question is, what? What are we going to find on the receiving end of this missile? Tu-22. Bye-bye. That's one. And there are 3 more out there. So these guys between each other should have enough missiles. If they don't have enough Sparrows, they're going to go to Sidewinders, and they'll clean up those formations nicely. I may not be fully ready with the Seed Strike, but I'm going to have to go, because I already had a missile streak right by these Seed Birds, and I'm kind of done of losing units when I'm not actually using them. So, we're going to strike against both of these Crevax with Seed 1. Seed 2 is going to strike against the target here. We're going to go single shot and single shot. Seed 4 is going to pump everything it has into this lava, which I cannot target, because it's a Sparrow. Who's hit? See? That's why. This lava is probably starting to send more missiles after me. Yep, it just sent another 2. And I am not eager to stick around. So, run away. Afterburner and everything. C2. Run away. C3. You're now officially in range. C4. Missiles away. Run. I don't care how much fuel you burn. Just get away. We're gonna go single strike on the Udaloy if we can. Another single strike on the large one behind him. 1. And 2. Any day now. Already getting a chaffed. Already you're getting attacked. Missile away. 1. 2. Run. Turn around. Burner your way out of there. Because this is overextending our welcome. Now, we've been hit, says one of the Fighting Hawks. I think I've only lost 1 bird. Yeah, they are intercepting them, to be fair. As was expected, which is why I'm doing a mass attack. Because they are not that likely to attack and eliminate every single missile. As for effectiveness, we shall see. Sometimes these attacks are very, very, very effective. Sometimes they're just going, doesn't do much. We're going to go for the fire control radar here. You're going to go for another fire control radar. Sometimes this can cause enough damage aboard a ship that it actually starts a cascading fire, and the ship can die. Most of the time, it doesn't quite work out that way. Unfortunately. Wait, the whole C2 died? Oh, I guess it did. Well, that's not great. I only got 3 more strikes in the air. Yeah, you can see 1, 2 ships burning. The rest of them throwing up a vigorous defense. Only got 2 missiles left. Another one intercepted. Another one intercepted. 1 missile left. At least it's a nice distraction for all of that anti-air capability that they got. The most interesting target here is the Slava. If I can cripple their anti-air capabilities, I have a better chance of getting through with my missiles. Hit! Did it actually cause any critical damage, or did it hit the fire control radar? I think it might have hit the FCR. That thing, not that. It's a search radar. Slava. See, Slava's burning, but these missiles typically don't do a whole lot of damage. This guy does. That is, if their torpedoes eventually get there. For now, though, we're not quite in range, but I guess I could send a missile, sorry, a torpedo out there. As by the time that we have the torpedo run its maximum fuel, they do have range. For now, though, I want to first see how this formation is going to behave, because some of these ships have taken some damage and might slow down, which might slow down the whole formation with them. So let's see how that develops. A lot later, I have let this contact develop up to the point where we're now confident we are dealing with a hostile submarine. There are more. I thought this Victor isn't likely to be the only guy. And I'm right, because there's more of these bastards around. Now thankfully this is why I deploy sonobuoys. Loads and loads and loads of sonobuoys. And it has paid off. Queen 2 is actually kind of done dropping sonobuoys, so she too is going to get vectored over, prepare to attack with a couple of Mark 46s, and put whatever this is out of commission. Oh, it's one of them. Good news, because Charlie 2s don't have a towed array, making them much more susceptible to getting snuck up on by a couple of torpedoes. Speed 12.4 is a bit weird. I'm almost thinking they're too shallow to go up to 15 knots, so the game is limiting their speed to prevent cavitation. They might be trying that, yes, but it's not enough. As for my own submarine, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to slow this sub down, because it's kind of already in range. I just want to get these guys closer, so that once these tigerfish, well, eventually make it over to the destination, they're still gonna have some fuel left. I'm gonna wait below the layer. They do have some ships capable of doing an attack / detection with a variable depth sonar, such as the Udaloy, but they're not actually using that, the VDS. I think it might be only usable when you're sailing at less than 25 knot speed, and they're not presently doing that, so that's their mistake. I don't mind. Depth on this thing, 168, so that's most likely above the layer. We're first going to greet him with a nice little sonobuoy, then we're going to fly below or behind him and attack him with a torpedo or two. The other helicopters are currently returning to their ships and making sure they're getting ready to go out again. Pilots grabbing a coffee, helicopters grabbing some fuel and additional sonobuoys, and back out we go. Sometimes these maneuvers of mine with all these sonobuoys do make me wonder how many sonobuoys do ships actually carry. I have no idea, so if you do, by all means, let me know down below in a comment. Because I'm spreading the sonobuoy love around a lot, especially with the latest missions that I've had, where I had some fairly nasty run-ins with a couple of submarines. Not eager to repeat that performance, I am spreading the sonobuoys all over the place. One active sonobuoy later, we have a confirmation on the exact location of this submersible, and we're going to engage with one torpedo from the front and one torpedo from behind. He'll most likely pick up the torpedo in front of him, but it also means he's going to have less time to respond, because he can't very well change course that much. There you go, he immediately kicks out a noisemaker, which I think this torpedo is not falling for, because you can still see it turning towards the target. 0.6 miles out. Now we're going to throw the next. Nope, this way please. Come on, Queen 2. Got a minimum engagement range. Alright, get some distance. We'll soften him up with this torpedo here. And then engage him with the second to kill him. There's another noisemaker. Switch location. Here you are. If Queen 2 can't get this work done, I always have the aircraft coming in, Puffin 3-2. but I think we might not need them. Alright, engage. I'm bypassing these noisemakers here by coming in from the east. He might still shit out on a noisemaker. There it went. As you can see, it's very shallow here, so he doesn't have a place to go. That's his risk of operating fairly close to the shore here. What is that, like 15 miles? 17. That's his risk. This one could get fooled by that noisemaker. I think it might be. Green 2 RTB. It's a Charlie 1. SSGN. So capable of launching missiles as well. It's the SSN-7, 39 miles, which probably has me in range. They just either didn't bother to shoot. Yeah, they have me in range by a lot. They didn't even bother to shoot, or the AI doesn't know how to shoot. Not sure which one it is. But I haven't really seen the AI go on offense with anti-ship missiles launched by submarines, I think. Yeah, this one has completely lost its plan. Green 3. You can return to your sonar buoy laying deployment later. First, we have some more important pressing business to attend to. 5 miles. And closing quickly. Interesting how this Charlie definitely took a torpedo to the face and is just carrying on as if nothing's wrong. These things are built from sterner stuff than some of my submersibles, apparently. So be it. I'm gonna go with single shot. Prepare to engage. 3 miles out. Yeah, the other Mark 46 is completely fluffed and has gone entirely off the reservation now. So be it. Any other submersibles that I'm not paying attention to? No, it looks like we're fine. 2 miles out. This is something that I found very dangerous in sea power, where you're going after one particular target and in the meanwhile your whole formation is getting murdered by another submarine, which you didn't actually notice you hardly ever detected, and is just pumping torpedoes from the north or the west or wherever. Tunnel vision is real in this game, and definitely causes the loss of ships. Get in there. Ah, Buffin 3-2. Nice of you to attend. Give him the good news. We're gonna head south and engage again. After which I'll lay my sonar buoy screen here just to be consistent. And also to be prudent, because it's nice that I have detected one Charlie, but it's possible that there are more. So I gotta stay vigilant. Engage. Weapon away. Green 3. No, 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 no. We're not RTBing. We have other business to do, which is to continue our sonar buoy spread. So we're gonna go and lay here. There, there. Ought to fix that gap. Alright, friend. Which submarine, or rather, which torpedo would you like to get struck by? Because it's not a question of if, it's a question of which. This Mark 46, I think, has found a noisemaker. This one has not. It has found a submarine. Okay. Where's Puffin? Oh, you're still turning. Alright. They're still zigzagging. But they lost propulsion. That's good. Means that Puffin might get another kill. They're also losing depth. I don't think it's deep enough to have this sub get crushed. So that means it's still got depth control of some sort. Yeah, they just stopped at 163. Damn it. Oh, hold on. This Mark 36? No, it's searching, but it hasn't found it, because it's still getting blocked by this noisemaker. You still got propulsion, do you? I was wrong, you still got propulsion. Great, more noisemakers. Multiple submerged submarines. Nope, that's just noisemakers. I wonder how many torpedoes he's gonna drop. Did I tell him to drop one or several? Drop another. Oh, he's dead. Oh, that's convenient. Cancel the drop. Cancel the drop. Job done. We can continue with the plan to ambush. Bulldog is in what I consider to be a good ambush position now. I'm going to clean up the map a little bit and show what the plan is. What I want to do is dogleg the torpedoes. We're going to send them east and then south. What this formation is going to do is continue on their course. At least that's my expectation. And 25 knots, they're pretty much deaf. So, their course is 316. I want to say this is not exactly where they're going to be, but this is good enough. So, what's going to happen? My torpedoes will head east. It's going to be a leg of about 5 to 6 knots. Sorry, miles. And then we're going to head south. Which means that any torpedoes or return fire from this formation is going to go north rather than towards the Bulldog. I have already set these torpedoes up as shallow search depth. This means they're not going to go hunt for submarines because they simply can't find any. There won't be any. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All tubes away. At 10 times speed, that's a bit difficult to see. Opening hatches. Let's see if I can make a nice thumbnail out of this. Because this is the big ambush. This is not quite the grand finale, but it will definitely be a very important part of this mission. The other submarine is also quite close now. The Hammerhead. She's not exactly in an ambush position, but she can pitch in with harpoons. My plan is to not do that yet. I first want to see how much damage I can inflict with a bunch of torpedoes. And once we have a couple of semi-casualties, I might be able to finish them off with harpoons. Or, if their air capability, or rather their anti-air capability has been sufficiently diminished, then I can strike with harpoons and make my life that much easier. Our attack has been made. We're suddenly seeing a lot of response, including from this Udaloy, which is happily throwing Silexes onto the position where it detected the torpedoes. This is why you don't actually get torpedoes to launch directly from your submarine towards the target. Because you can see that there's throwing a lot of those weapons out. And they're gonna find absolutely nothing, because the Bulldog is here. Now, whether these tigerfish will get close enough, I have no idea. I rather think not, because these things are so slow. Some of them are still motoring along at 16 knots. See, the Sovereign is trying to turn around ASAP. The Slav is trying to turn around. They'll be a while. There we go. Where the hell are you even going? There's nothing out there. But that's what I want them to think, I guess. These are... Some of these torpedoes are doing some weird shit, by the way. I told them to go shallow. And for some reason now they are shallow again, but I also saw them dive right down to, here, to 419 knots. I don't know where you're going. I don't know why you're going there. But, okay. If I can eliminate a Sovereign, that'd be a great catch. The problem is the tigerfish is so slow, and it only acquires late. And it only acquires, and then turns to 35 knots. There we go. Torpedo, torpedo, torpedo. Why the fuck do you have a missile inbound? Oh, because you're way inside their search area. Okay. Yeah, I guess that would do it. Run. Try not to get murdered. I would hate for you to get murdered. You got murdered. Ugh. Okay. Lesson learned, kids. Don't keep your submarines... Sorry, don't keep... Well, this is soon going to be a submarine. Don't keep your fighters too close to the enemy airspace. Especially as the enemy airspace starts moving. Look at these guys go. This is pretty much what my response would be too, as you might have seen in the previous videos. Once you have an estimation of where a submarine could be, you just go ham. You just send everything. Because you might not be around for round 2. That's exactly what these guys are doing. What speed is the Oloy doing? 19 knots. Sovrameni, 18 knots. Oh, that's 0.1 speed. See, the search cone is still not good enough. Crevax are running at 32 knots. I'm not catching this guy. I'm not catching this guy either. He's accelerating. As my Tigerfish are still running around, finding, well, absolutely nothing. We have a submerged contact here, which is getting fairly close to the Valley Forge and her friends. They're out to about 18 miles, which can be problematic. Now, I do have an ASRock, but it doesn't hit quite that far. What I do have is Puffin 3-2, and she's ready to strike again. I'm also going to send up a helo from the Moosbrugger, and from Stanley, just for good measure. This will be the 3rd submarine that we're encountering, and the 3rd submarine that we'll put on the bottom. As for these Tigerfish, we're nicely scaring this whole formation back to the southeast, which is great. Look at that. Even the Nanuchkas are turning around, and the merchants, or whatever the hell they are. The invasion fleet. Even these guys are popping noisemakers. What the fuck? The amount of panic that you can instill in the AI by launching a torpedo from 50 miles away is a bit overdone. A bit overdone. And of course, they'll not hit. But I will. Because this thing might be running at... Oh, you're changing your course to 200. Okay. Well, we'll just have a nice little chat with this submarine, shall we? Not this particular submarine. The one over there. With a few sonobuoys, Puffin 3-2 has detected and gotten an active return on 7260. And now we're going to give him 2 gifts. 2 Mark 46s. These things are going to search and most likely immediately kill off that enemy submarine. Just to be sure, I also have 2 backstops here. 2 Sea Sprites moving out to meet the submarine along with these Mark 46s. Because it's not unlikely that they will be aware of the fact that they're under attack. And once they're aware, they might very well shit out noisemakers like there's no tomorrow. Which if they don't, well, there is no tomorrow. So I guess it's fair enough. We are 0.48 miles, 0.47... He's shallow. No, he's not. He's at 360 feet. Torpedoes haven't acquired yet. Now they have. There we go. And there come the noisemakers. Immediately, it starts popping noisemakers. You're not a victor. You hear... Was that a kilo? It's a kilo or a tango, I think. Which means it cannot launch carrier killers. That's good news. Because those things really, really hurt my ships. And can be sent from extreme ranges. Now I think we might not have a winner here. This one definitely is a winner. Let's hope that'll cripple the boat. So that maybe the other Mark 46 can still turn around and acquire. Hit. Circling. He's right above it. Which means he might very well not find it, because he's just going to keep orbiting right over the submarine. And now he's found a noisemaker to chase. Great. This tends to happen a lot. They lock on a noisemaker and they completely forget that they should be doing something else. Like, ooh, a butterfly. Instead, the butterfly is just a bottle of... What is that? Like a bottle of air? That's giving all sorts of noise out. Give me 2 intermittent buoys here. 1 high, 1 low, and let's see if that works. Let's go get this guy. Interesting that we lost him. There he is. Active return again. Actually, we're going to give him 2 torpedoes. Double shot. Target too far. Yeah, that's fine. Target has lost propulsion. He can still very well bury himself in a wall of noisemakers, which will make him extremely difficult to detect. But with 2 torpedoes, yeah, there we go. One has immediately acquired a noisemaker. I'm really hoping the second one's actually going to strike true. Come on. There he is. He's got nowhere to go. One's going to hit. Second one has gone entirely off course. More noisemakers. No joy. Hit. That is... It's always giving off this animation of the submarine is actually going up. Oh, actually, yeah, this time it is. It is going up. This Mark 46 is still searching. Well, as the submarine climbs, maybe we'll find it. Maybe we'll be able to kill it. He's still going up? Nope, he's going down. Yep, he's going down for good. That's a dead Tango. So, I suppose we can confidently say Tango down. As for my attack on their formation, yeah. That's going to take a little longer than I had expected. So, I will do that in the next episode. Part 4. I was hoping to keep this to a part 3, but hey, these guys are not very cooperative. So we'll have to do it in a part 4. Thank you for watching, hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you soon for the next part.